creating your life from wishes and desires. You're creating it from the programs 95% of the day. And the majority of those programs are disempowering. And then you look at the world and go, wow, this is crazy here. And I go, you are creating this with the other people who have been programmed. And if you want to change, you have to change the program. And when you change the program, you have power. And I say, just, to make it simple for people, if you've seen the movie The Matrix is like science fiction. I go, no, it's not. It's a documentary. Why? Everybody's been programmed. Yeah, but in the movie, you can get a choice of 2 pills, the red pill or the blue pill. And I say, so what's the difference? You take the blue pill, you wake up and hey, that's the program. We're back to where everything is just the way it's always been. But if you take the red pill, you stop playing the program. I go, what happens if you stop playing the program? Then I give you this little piece of insight. That when people fall in love, they stop thinking. What do you mean they stop thinking? I say, they stay present. They stay what is called mindful. I say, why? When I'm thinking, I'm not being here. I'm letting go. But what if that person came into your life that you've been looking for your whole life and it's so exciting? This is not a time to think. This is time to be here and enjoy this. So you stay mindful. I say, so what happens when you fall in love and you stay mindful? It's the red pill because you're not playing the program. I say, and what was the result of not playing the program when you fell in love? And the answer was you created the honeymoon. I say, what's the honeymoon? Heaven on earth. I go, wait a minute. I created heaven on earth. Yeah, when you fell in love. I say, well, how'd you do that? Because science has recognized falling in love is one of those things that stops you from thinking and keeps you in the present moment. And when you're in the present moment, you're not defaulting to the program. You are now creating. And I say, and what happens when 2 people fall in love and they stop using the programs? They manifest wishes and desires, conscious mind, which is what? Heaven on earth. And then I go, geez, and there's an unfortunate part about that because the honeymoon doesn't last forever. I go, what happened? I created heaven on earth. What happened? I said, I created with 2 conscious minds come together because conscious minds are creative, wishes and desires. And that's why they made heaven on earth. And I say, well, in the beginning, we're not thinking. But as time goes on, guess what? 2 other minds come in here. I say, what are they? The subconscious minds. They didn't play. They weren't playing when you first fell in love because you weren't defaulting to the program. So your partner has never seen your very bad programs in the subconscious mind until now. When? At some point, you still have to think. You got a job, you got chores, you got responsibilities. Even if you're in love like this, you still got to start thinking about them. And the moment you start thinking about them is the moment you default to the subconscious programs. And all of a sudden, these bad programs show up and your partner looks at you and goes, who are you? Where did that come from? And I go, you just dropped into the program again. And because you were thinking, you didn't even see what you said. And as a result, you had no idea that you just created some behavior out of a dustbin of old bad behaviors. You didn't even see it, only your partner saw it. And when your partner sees the bad behavior and you didn't even see you did it, then guess what? That's an argument. What did I say? I didn't do that. Back and forth. And I go, honeymoon is going out the window. And the more thinking we're doing, the more those bad programs show up and the more the honeymoon disappears. And I say, this planet needs us to be back on the honeymoon. All of us have to be in the honeymoon. Why? Because in the honeymoon, we create harmony, love, joy, a garden. We create these things from that point of view. So we need to really, all of us have to start falling in love. And here's the biggest problem. Nobody really knows it, but I'll tell you, Shay, so that the others can hear. The biggest problem is this: 80 to 90% of the population does not love themselves. I go, what do you mean? Well, they were criticized as kids, not good enough, not smart enough, not lovable, not this, not that. And I go, yeah, but that's a program. And I say, yeah, but 95% of your life comes from that program. And therefore you become self-critical. I'm not lovable. I'm not deserving. I don't have this, that. I go, so why is it relevant? Then 95% of your life is not coming from the creative wishes. 95% is coming from the program. And if the program has, I do not deserve, then the behavior that will result from that program will do what? Illustrate a simple fact you do not deserve, because that behavior will sabotage you. In the end, you'll look around and go, guess I didn't deserve that. It's like, well, that's because your belief is that way. And so the issue is this: the first thing we have to do is learn how to love ourselves, because 80-90% of us will not test positive for I love myself. And I say, where's the problem with that? And I say, if you can't love yourself, no one else can love you either. Why? If I'm not lovable and you come up and you say, Bruce, I love you, and I go, you got no quality control, because personally I know I'm not lovable. So, your love story, I can't buy it. Why? Because I'm not lovable. And then you push them away. And then guess what happens? They're gone. And then you say, see, I'm not lovable. There's nobody here. It's like you push them away. So I'm going to summarize. I didn't say the story of Bill yet, did I, Shay? Did I? I'll just do this because in one brief story, it puts it all into perspective. And here's the story. You have a friend. You know your friend's behavior very well. And you happen to know your friend's parent. And one day you see your friend is displaying the same behavior that the parent has. You can't wait. You just got to say it. You just got it. And you say, hey, Bill, you're just like your dad. And I say, back away from Bill. The moment you say that, I know what Bill's response is going to be, and you already know it too. He's going to say, how can you compare me to my dad? I'm nothing like my dad. And the audience laughs and everything. I go, that's the most profound story in the world, because first of all, we're all Bill. All of us are doing this. I go, what is it we're doing? I say, Bill is playing his father's behavior. And when told he's like his father, he denies it. And I go, how can he deny it? And the answer is because, why is he playing his father's behavior? The answer is because he's thinking. I say, well, when he's thinking, is he watching the behavior that's unfolding? I say, nope, he's thinking. His consciousness is inside. So whatever behavior is coming out is just a straight readout of the program he got from his parents. And most of those programs are disempowering and self-sabotaging. And 95% of the day, you do the math and you realize, I'm not creating the life I want. I'm creating the life I've been programmed to have. I go, wow. Guess what? The idea of programming is 400 years old. The Jesuits knew about it 400 years ago, and they would tell their followers, give me a child until it is 7, and I will show you the man. What were they saying? You listen. Give me the 7 years of programming. Give me the child until it's 7, programming. And the rest of the life of that child is going to be 95% for the program. So if I make the program, I have created the man. Oh my God. For 400 years, people have known that if I can control your first 7 years, I own your life. And if you think that Jesuit story disappeared, are you kidding me? They're programming people better today than the Jesuits could ever have imagined. We've all been programmed. And we've all been programmed to be disempowered so that other people can take power over us. We're programmed to be victims. Oh, health is not in your hands. Health is in the hands of the doctor. He's a professional. Didn't you learn the program when you were a kid that when you had an issue with health, we took you to the doctor? Why did we take you to the doctor? Because the doctor knows and you don't. And all of a sudden, program, when it comes to health, I have no idea what it's all about. But if the doctor tells me, then that's the truth. I go, well, you got a problem. Because if the doctor gives you a negative prognosis, you're going to die in 30 days and 90 days. You're going to die. And I say, yeah, but what's the program? Program is, I don't know about my life, but the doctor in the program is the one that determines my health. So whatever that doctor says, that's the truth. And if the doctor says you're going to die in 90 days, guess what? Subconscious program will start a clock that will count down 90 days. And about 90 days, you're going to die. I go, why? Because that's a belief you bought. You bought it from somebody you gave power to. I give my power over my life to that doctor because I don't know about doctors, but doctors know about me. So I said, what did you do? You gave up your power to somebody else. And systematically, we have found during our developmental programming, there are things that we don't know about, and there are professionals, and that when it comes to an issue that the professional knows about and you don't know about, you defer to the professional's opinion. And therefore, we buy other people's beliefs, and then we make them our own beliefs. If you believe the doctor is the truth provider and the doctor says your hair is going to fall out next week, your hair is essentially going to fall out next week. It's called, there's two aspects. One is called the placebo effect. I go, what's that? The belief that a pill is going to heal me because the doctor just told me this is the greatest, newest pill. And, we haven't been able to deal with your issue, but now that we have this pill, this is going to heal you. And you take the pill and you get better and you say, thank God for that pill. And then we find out it was a sugar pill. Then what the heck healed you? Not the pill, the belief in the pill. I go, oh, that's a positive belief that I'm going to heal from this pill. I go, yeah. And I say, what about a negative belief? I go, equally powerful, but in the opposite direction. Negative belief is I'm a victim. And all of a sudden, yes, now I'm a victim because that's what I believe. A negative belief is I'm going to get cancer because that's what's running in my family. And I know Jane said, and all of a sudden I'm going to get a cancer. And I go, no, you didn't get the cancer from the belief. You got it from the program that wasn't in harmony. And so I say, why is this relevant? The negative beliefs are equally powerful in creating the world as our positive beliefs, but they work in the opposite direction. It's called nocebo versus placebo. And I go, so why is it relevant? It's the science that reveals your consciousness is creating this world. A placebo effect, you have consciousness power over something and you became the powerful person. The nocebo effect, the negative ones, I'm weaker than this and that controls me. Now all of a sudden I'm weak and it controls me. That's a belief. So belief controls whether it's positive or negative. And unfortunately, Shay, most people's beliefs are not very positive, and therefore manifestation of the world didn't come from our conscious mind. It came from the programming that's been passed generation to generation. And now nature says, you must stop this program because within the next few decades, if you don't change, the environment will collapse to an extent that you will not survive on this planet. And we are in that process. So the chaos of the world is very positive. It's positive for this reason. It says that we need to change it. If it doesn't change, the extinction is looming right in front of us. Chaos is, it's falling apart. And I go, thank you, because you cannot build the future to survive on the foundation of today's world, because that's the one that's causing the problem. So for all the people out there and you're looking at the world and going, oh my God, it's falling apart, it's crazy. I go, that's a really good positive sign. Why? It's the opportunity to build a new world on a new belief foundation as the old world is collapsing. Buckminster Fuller said, you want to change the world? Don't go in and change the world. Build a new world over here, and those people will come to your new world. And Shay is offering an opportunity through his programs to give you insight into how can I change me to change the world. And this is where it's going to come from. We're not passive in evolution. We are creators of evolution. But to do that, you have to let go of limitation and start to buy in how powerful this mind is to create what you want.